Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Dave. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about blues and basically a little technique going from the 1 to the 4. So if we look in music, the 1 to the 4 is actually a resolve. It's actually the same, or you could look at it the same as a 5 to a 1. So if we play here like I played in the intro, which is a G7 to a C9, or a G9 to a C9, however you want to look at it, the way we can look at this as that the 4, we're coming to the 4, and that the G is acting as the 5. It's resolving to the C, even though we're moving, the cadence is really going 1 to 4. Because we're going 5 to 1, we can use the melodic minor scale. The melodic minor scale, people also refer to in this as the altered scale if we look at it from the 7th position. Because I like to look at things without thinking of it in modes, it's really we're playing A flat melodic minor on the beat coming before the downbeat to the C9. So if we're looking in the key of G and I'm playing the G7 or the G9 there, right? So we can go the 6/9. So before I get to the last bar, before we get to the, of course, this chord we can imply, or sometimes people play it. If it's implied, this is, we can play however you want to piece that scale, you know. So we can use that. We use it, so if we're going, and you can use it on the 5 too. And it's just a little technique. I know Larry Carlton uses it a lot. We talked a little bit about Larry over the last couple of weeks because of Walter Becker passing, and Larry Carlton was always a favorite of mine. And recently I went back and revisited some stuff and picked that out, that he likes to use that melodic minor scale going from the 1 to the 4. And I think it's a nice technique to add when you're trying to add something into your blues vocabulary, because it gives it like a jazz element, and it has like a really nice sound to it. And it's different. You know, it's expanding outside of the typical frame of mind you're thinking. Because the way I think when I'm thinking blues is I'm thinking, here's the G7, and I'm thinking I'm in the key of C, right? So I'm thinking stuff like, and I play a lot of stacked 4s, especially if I'm playing with other blues guys, because they're playing more the chords. So I like popping the stacked 4s. Here in G we have the B, E, A, D. So we have the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 5. And you could also bring it up to that fret. So you have the E, A, D, G, which would be the 6, the 9, the 5, and the 1. So it's nice to be like, you know, and then that. And I'm going to take a quick look at that scale too. So it's basically what happens is we play A flat melodic minor. We go a half step up. It's A flat melodic minor, which basically is an A flat major chord with a flat third. So it's a raised 6 and a raised 7. So that being said, we're in G. We're staying in that G position, so we can just look at it from the 7, and that's really why people call it the altered scale in the 7th position, because we're playing it in the G, and I got G, A flat, B flat to B natural. So it's like, So I'm approaching it from the G, from the 7th position. And then on the 5 of D, I play the E flat melodic minor, or the D altered. That type of thing. But it's just something I wanted to show. I think that it's cool to know. I had a couple of students in the last few weeks, and we've been going over this. They're looking for like different ways to turn around and to get outside of the norm of what everyone else is playing. And I think it's a really cool technique. I'm a huge Larry Carlton fan, so if you check out his album, I think it's just called Larry Carlton. It's the one that has Room 335 on it and has Don't Give It Up and Point It Up. It's just an album of great playing. But anyways, that's just something to spice up your blues playing. Real quickly, let me just show you what a stacked 4 is all about. So the stacked 4 is, everything's a fourth apart. E, E, A, D. So you can play, it's like a lot of horns will play that in like, in stabs. For the turnaround and C, back up to for the G, then the D, stay on it, and then for, and that is a sharp 5, sharp 9 on the D, sharp 5, flat 9, and then back to the stacked 4. So to play the sharp 5, sharp 9 is I'm barring 4 strings, I'm barring 3 strings, I'm putting my pinky on the F. Then I'm just barring 4 and barring 3, and then I move down a half step and I'm barring 2 and 2. And that's that. So I hope that helps a little bit, gives you a little color to your playing. Not too much going on for me this week. I only have one gig over the weekend on Saturday. I have a lot of students this week and whatnot, and so I'll try to do some more videos. I did say I was going to teach a certain song, but I can't remember what it was at the moment, but that's okay. Just want to say a prayer for all the people and give a special nod to all the people in Las Vegas who are dealing with that. That's an awful situation. And we lost Tom Petty. And maybe I'll do a Tom Petty song. I know what I was going to teach. I was going to teach the Cars guitar solo, which I'll get to this week as well, for It's All I Can Do. That's a great one. And I'll do a little Tom Petty. I'll do, my band does Here Comes My Girl, so I'll do that. There's some really cool stuff going on in that on the guitar. And, yeah. It was crazy with Tom Petty. I heard he was dead, then he wasn't, and then he was, and I mean, just an awful situation for his family to have to go through. I'm sure. I think his daughter posted something. She was upset at Rolling Stone magazine for posting it early or something. But yeah, just not a good situation. I was a huge Petty fan growing up. I used to love Damn the Torpedoes. I remember when Damn the Torpedoes came out, and it was like every song in the album was fantastic. And then I went back and I got the album with Breakdown, some of the earlier records at the time. I think there might have been 2 before that. And then, of course, The Waiting came out, and The Waiting was another really great, great album. I mean, those 2 albums for me, Damn the Torpedoes and Hard Promises, were just great albums. I call it The Waiting, but I think the album's called Hard Promises if I think about it. Yeah, just great records. And, I mean, everything after that still was good. He was always good. I had a friend, one of my dearest friends who passed in 2012. One of his best friends was Scott Thurston in that band. So I got to meet and hang with Scott many times, and Scott's a real great guy, and I'm sure he's going through a grieving process now too. He's worked with Tom for like 20 years. But yeah. It's so, I mean, when it's unexpected like that, it's like crazy. But And again, not to take away from the tragedy that happened in Vegas, too. That is also some devastating stuff. But anyways, not to get too heavy, I hope this helped you with in your endeavors to expanding your musical vocabulary. I'm going to get out of here. Very good.
You're right on target. You hit the nail right on the head with your comments, what you're saying today. You're right on the money, everything you said.